Hello everyone, I'm going to teach you guys how to complete the new CPS report process in our system. So basically what you're going to do now moving forward is when you have to file a CPS report, this is basically what it's going to look like in Salesforce. There's going to be a new space where these reports are going to live and where they're uploaded, and there's going to be a new space in which you would log your documentation for any CPS report that is completed and or filed in Salesforce. So basically what we've done is we created a drop down option to complete a CPS report. So what's going to happen is I'm just going to click on one of these clients. Fake one is the person that we're going to be working with. I'm going to go ahead and click on the sticks and stones option that I have. It can be any program engagement that you currently have and or intake. We did add a section for intakes as well, just in case you're going through that intake process and you do have to do, unfortunately, a CPS report for that. So this is basically where that's going to live in the system. So right up here at the top, let's say, unfortunately, I do have to file the CPS report for fake one. You go to that process of filing. Right here, there's actually going to be an option for create new CPS report. This is how you're going to log it in Salesforce. How you actually do the reporting is going to be separate from this. This is basically just the documentation in Salesforce that you actually had to create that CPS report. So you're going to type the name of the person, fake one, CPS report. And then the contact's going to be obviously the contact that you're working with. If you have an intake, great. If not, that's okay. It's automatically going to have the program engagement name if you did it through the program engagement. If you did it through the intake, then it'll give you the intake name right up here. So this is going to be the date that the CPS report was filed, and here is where we're going to give that in-depth explanation as to where or why you filed that CPS report. Okay, what happened, what was the situation, what occurred. You're going to basically be able to communicate all of that right here. Okay, once you're done there, you're going to hit save, and then you're going to be able to click right here on fake one CPS report. This will give you the ability to find your CPS report and take a look at the CPS report options. So right here, you'll see that there's a few options, and basically this will give you just kind of some information on the client that you're working with. And usually it'll have the email, the phone number if it's all listed in Salesforce. It'll give you the breakdown, the CPS report, the contact, which is the person you filed the CPS report for. You see the program engagement right here, and you see that there's no intake because I didn't include an intake for this person since they already are program engagement. Then you see the reason for the CPS report. So it actually gives the breakdown as to what happened. Okay, what you're going to do next is when you get your CPS report and any documents tied to that CPS report, you're going to be uploading them here. This space, it is private. There's no other space anybody can go and see these notes. These are not tied to the program engagement. This is tied specifically to the CPS report. So any report that's completed and filed and documentation that you receive, you will upload it here into Salesforce. So that way you have it, and you can also see anytime a CPS report has been filed for this person, this specific person. So any ones that you've done or just in general over the years, right? We want to make sure that we're keeping track to see, okay, what's going on, how many have been filed, so that way we have all the information here on hand, okay? So that's the new process for the CPS report. As I mentioned, it lives in that drop down for program engagements. It also lives in the drop down for intakes. So give me a sec. So any intake that you have, let me just find one. Okay, let's use Doug Fake one for instance. It's a very similar process. In that top right hand corner, do the drop down, you'll see create new CPS report. So you'll see the same exact space for them to do that. CPS report, contact, you see the intake's already pre-populated. This is if you don't have a program engagement created. You have a program engagement for the client, do the program engagement. If you have just the intake, do it just under the intake. So if there's any questions, please let me know. This is going to be the new process moving forward for creating and entering CPS reports in Salesforce. Thank you.